Now, Harry, I've got something for you here, mate. I was
presents.
No, it's not a present, and I'm not going to throw something at you like a few weeks ago. But I was drinking a juice, as I often do, and I couldn't help but notice under the cap there was a little fact.
Oh, okay. So one of those little bits of trivia things they put on caps to keep people interested in drinking juice.
Basically. And it maintained my interest for a good 500 mils. But this one's an interesting one. It's number 42, which suggests there are 41 other very interesting facts.
Okay, yeah.
At least, probably more so. But this one says that the cheetah is the only cat that can't retract its claws.
Right.
Now, interesting. Yes. Useful. I'm not so sure. I was trying to think of a scenario where that might be useful, and I could only really come up with one where maybe
lay it on me.
Maybe you and me were in Africa, and we were in like an open field, and there's a wild cheetah in the distance. Suddenly decides to run at us, and I turn to you and say, "Harry, there's a cheetah coming at us. Like, let's go," sort of thing. And you're all chilled out as you are, very chilled out, listeners. And you're like, no, don't worry. Like, actually, Gene, the cheetah's only a cat, and it may catch up to us, sure, but it's not going to scratch us because it'll retract its claws and everything. And I'll be like, no, don't you realise
that the cheetah
can't in fact retract its claws? And then it'll be like, Jesus.
Right, yeah.
And then we'll be out of there.
Okay, sure.
Do you think that's a likely scenario?
Yeah, likely. I'll get another one for you. Yeah. So you know how you've got, you often get cats stuck in trees and that sort of stuff.
Sure.
So if you're standing around with a crowd looking up at a giant cat in a tree going, oh, it's a cheetah. Oh, why does... And someone says, oh, just poke it with a stick and it'll retract its claws and fall down. I'll be able to, you and I will both be able to, and our listeners will be able to go, that's not going to work. It's going to keep hanging on because its claws don't retract.
Yeah. Don't you know that?
Anyway, enough of that.
Good juice.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, good eye. Hey, we should do some more work on this whole banter stuff about... good eye. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, here's some music for you, listeners.
Might retract that one. You're listening to The Piano Drinkers, episode 20 on 3D Radio 93.7. Harry, that was obviously the man from Crooked Fingers.
Yeah, that was Crooked Fingers. They're doing a cover version of a song called Long Black Veil. And if my research, which is often in-depth and at the spare of the moment, serves me rightly, I think, from the late 50s. It's an old country ballad. Beautiful harp in there. It was wonderful to listen to, actually. Before that, we had local Adelaide heroes, Little Ice Age, a song called Road from their Belong to You album, which is here at the station, and I think you can get it around the place as well. And I didn't realise, but you were telling me as well, that Little Ice Age in their former incarnation, parts thereof, were the Sunroom, who you played back at the top of the show.
There you go, mate. Yeah. Indeed. And I enjoyed both those songs.
Yeah, I never got to see the Sunroom, so I didn't make that connection until you said it. But yeah, no, similarities anyway. And right there, at the top of that bracket, we had Pete Wilson, another local Adelaide act, giving us Slowly Going Blind, and that was recorded live at the Grace Emily.
Now, just to keep the listeners informed, I mean, I was listening to those songs, but I was kind of racking my brains about this cheetah, mate. I just thought of one more scenario.
Do tell.
Well,
yeah, please.
If a cheetah can't retract his claws, like maybe I'd be living with a cheetah. Like he was my housemate, and I just bought like a let's say a leather lounge, and I've walked in, he's scratched it to pieces, and it's all ripped and stuff, and I'm about to get really angry with him, like, come on, mate, I just bought this, and it's Natutsi, and I'm just about to do that when I open my juice and read the fact that cheetahs can't retract their claws.
Okay, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's who you are. I agreed to move in with you.
Yeah.
And that's who you are.
When you said you had a cheetah living with you, my mind suddenly went to that, the advert for the cheese snack kind of thing, the cheetah cartoon who, walked down the beach. Remember that? No, I don't.
I reckon you've been watching too much telly, mate.
Yeah, no, I don't watch a lot of telly, but I remember that from my childhood. He advertised, various cheese snacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to give that some thought. And seriously, I don't remember that, but I wish I did.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't remember seeing any claws though. That's uncanny.
Well, they were reading juice.
I can't believe that a cartoon fictional character advertising a cheese-flavoured snack would lie to me. Anyway.
Happens.
I'm distraught. Yeah.
Happens to the best of us. It's just a learning experience. We all go through it.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I think we've played some more music, but when we come back, maybe we'll talk a little bit of football.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
let's do that.